Now we will discuss about the degrees of inelasticities of demand or the types of price elasticity. Number one, first of all, we will explain what is this. When prices of different commodities changes, the quantity demanded in the such commodity reacts in different manner. For example, demand of medicines or needle respond very less to the change in the price of compared to AC and DVD players. So the degree of responsiveness of the quantity demanded to the change in price may differ, and hence inelasticity of demand could also differ. Price inelasticity of demand can be expressed in terms of numerical value which range from 0 to infinity. Let us discuss the various kind of price inelasticity of demand. Number one is perfectly inelastic demand. When there is an infinite demand at a particular price and the demand becomes zero with a slight rises in the price, then the demand for such a commodity is said to be perfectly inelastic. Mm, in such case, E upon ED equals to infinite, and demand curve DD is a horizontal line straight line parallel to x-axis is shown. So here it will show this consumer had indefinite demand at a particular price and none of all at all every very slight higher than the give rises in the demand. Next is perfectly inelastic. So into this perfectly inelastic, when there is no change in demand with change in price, then demand for such a commodity is said to be the perfectly inelastic. In such case, ED equals to 0 and the demand curve DD is vertical straight line parallel to y-axis shown here in the figure. As seen, the quantity demanded remains constant, and the quantity remains constant, and the price changes from the um, variety to variety. Accordingly, you can say like that. Next is relatively inelastic. In this, when the percentage change in the quantity demanded is more than percentage change in the price, then demand for such commodity is said to be the highly inelastic. In such case, E is greater than 1. The highly inelastic demand curve um, is flatter and its slope is inclined more towards y x-axis is shown here in the figure. As seen in the schedule, the demand rises 100% due to the 50% fall in prices, and the quantity demanded rises from 1 unit, 15 unit to then to 25 units. So likewise that relatively inelastic or the less elastic demand, when percentage change in the quantity demanded is less than the percent change in the price, then demand for such commodity is said to be the less inelastic. Next is unitary inelastic. When percentage change in the quantity demanded is equals to the percent change in the price, then demand for such commodity is said to be the unitary inelastic. In this case, E equals to 1 and the demand curve is rectangular hyperbola. Hyperbola is curved under this total area at all points will be the same. So it means in this area, it will shows that equal to the other areas. So here the unitary electric inelastic. So these are the main. There is a flatter curve also when the two demand curve intersect each other. Then the flatter curve is more elastic and more point to the interactions. Now we will discuss about the factors affecting the demand. Inelastic demand. Nature of a commodity. In elastic demand, commodity is influenced by the nature. A commodity for a person may be necessary, comfortable, and luxurious. When commodity is necessary for food grains, vegetable, medicine, etc., its demand is generally inelastic as it is required. The human survival and demand does not fluctuate much in change in price. Next is availability of substitutes. Demand for a commodity with a large number of substitute will be the more inelastic. The reason is that even a small rise in its price will induce the buyer to go to the its substitute. Next is the income level. Number of uses means if the commodity under consideration for has several uses, then its demand will be inelastic. When prices for such a commodity increases, then it's generally put on only the more urgent uses. As a result, it demanded fall. When the prices fall, then it is used to satisfying even the less urgent and need the demand rises. Next is consumer income. Consumer income means here whatever the income, what is inelastic of demand for any commodity is generally less for the higher income level group in the comparison of people with the lower income. It happens because rich people are not influenced much by change in the price of goods, but the poor people are highly affected by increasing or decreasing in the price of a goods. As a result, demand for lower income group is the highly inelastic. Height of the price and range of the price. Here they want to say actually whatever the price range of the commodity, it will like a biscuit, soft drinks, etc. Those demand is not urgent, have highly elastic demand, and their consumption can be postponed um, by in the case of increasing in their prices. Proportionate of expenditure, proportion of a consumer income that is spent on a particular commodity also influence the inelastic of demand for it. Next is durability in the commodity. Durability, the person wants the thing. His or her habit is that the whatever the thing is there, it will be durable. So it is inelastic. Habit means some of the people have a habit for something of using habit. So commodity which has been become habitual necessities for the consumer have to be less in elastic demand. It happens because such a commodity becomes the necessity for the consumer and he continues to purchase it even if its prices rises. Complementary goods, the complementary goods as you know, but it is also highly inelastic because they will get the another price for its substitution if their price is high. Then we can discuss about the time. Price and elastic of the demand is always related to the period of time. It can be day, week, anytime. Inelastic of demand varies directly with the time period. Next is reoccurrence of the demand. Reoccurrence means whenever first time they have to be purchased, then again its demand will be increases. Possibility to the postponement. And I already told how commodities with urgent demand like life-saving drugs have an elastic demand because they are immediate requirements. Here the chapter is also finished and microeconomics, all chapters were finished.